Come to Papa.
How welcome to Derry Recontextualizes Pennywise's Bob Gray identity. Welcome to Derry has taken one of the most iconic horror figures of the last several decades, Pennywise the Dancing Clown, and peeled back the layers of his identity in a way the films only hinted at. By diving deeper into the creature's origins and its connection to the real Bob Gray, the series reshapes everything audiences thought they knew about Pennywise. Far from being just a creepy facade used to lure children, the Pennywise persona is revealed to have a tragic, human origin that makes the monster's preferred form far more disturbing. Set in 1962, Welcome to Derry expands the universe introduced in Andy Muschietti's films, following a new group of children tormented by the shapeshifting entity while the adults around them navigate their own mysteries, including the military's unsettling interest in the creature. But the real revelation comes from the show's deeper investigation into Pennywise's history, slowly unraveling the unsettling truth behind the clown that haunts Derry's nightmares.
You haven't saved any of them.
Bob Gray before Pennywise, a glimpse into the man behind the makeup. The films offered only a fleeting glimpse of Bob Gray. In it, Chapter 2, adult Beverly visits her childhood home and encounters Mrs. Kirsch, who soon reveals herself to be another of its manipulations. In the chaos of her escape, Beverly glimpses a haunting image, a man applying white makeup, Bob Gray, the man behind Pennywise's iconic face. That brief moment sparked years of speculation among fans, but until Welcome to Derry, it lacked context. The series finally fills in the gaps. It reveals Bob Gray as a circus performer, a clown beloved by audiences, especially children. His daughter, Ingrid Kirsch, appears in the series as a shocking twist, introduced first as a trusted nurse before her true identity is revealed. Through Ingrid's memories, viewers learn who Bob really was, a devoted father and a performer with dreams of sharing the stage with his young daughter. Ingrid even practiced her own clown makeup, hoping to one day join him in the ring. But that hope is shattered when a strange child lures Bob Gray away one night. Ingrid never sees him again. That child, viewers quickly understand, wasn't human at all. It was it. And in one horrifying moment, the creature made Bob Gray vanish from the world, only to reappear as something far more monstrous. Why it chose Bob Gray, the calculated birth of Pennywise. Welcome to Derry reveals that its choice of Bob Gray wasn't random or incidental. It was strategic. Its preferred victims are children, whose fears are simpler, purer, and easier to manipulate. As it observed Bob Gray's performances, it recognized the power Pennywise already held over young audiences. Children adored him. They trusted him. They flocked to him. For a creature that feeds on fear, this was the perfect opportunity. By taking the form of Pennywise, it adopted an identity that served as both lure and weapon. The clown's bright colors, cheerful persona, and seemingly harmless demeanor gave it easy access to children, seen most tragically in the case of Georgie Denbrough, whose innocent trust led him directly into the creature's jaws. But Welcome to Derry deepens this logic by also highlighting how clowns can be unsettling to adults. The uncanny makeup, the exaggerated smile, the impossibility of reading emotion. These elements allow it to draw fear from grown-ups as well, giving it a broader menu of victims. Bob Gray wasn't just a convenient disguise, he was the perfect vessel. By taking his form, it weaponized a beloved local figure and turned him into a nightmare that would haunt Derry for generations.
The children seem drawn to you.
Why it appeared as a child to lure Bob Gray. Despite its ability to take on grotesque, imaginative forms, it understands when simplicity can be far more effective. Welcome to Derry illustrates this perfectly through the moment it targeted Bob Gray. Bob, taking a break from performing, was approached by a young boy who asked for help locating his parents. The boy had already appeared earlier watching Pennywise's show from afar, and viewers quickly realized something was wrong. His glowing yellow eyes were a dead giveaway. This innocent facade was it, already scouting its prey. The creature's method made perfect sense. Adults, almost universally, respond instinctively when a child appears lost or afraid. Bob Gray was no exception. Though initially hesitant, he followed the boy into the dark woods, unaware that he was walking toward his own end. It didn't need monstrous claws or cosmic terror, not yet. It only needed a believable lie told through the form of a vulnerable child. The scene cements its intelligence and predatory instinct. For all its bizarre transformations and supernatural power, its most effective tricks are rooted in exploiting basic human empathy.
Show me the bow. Ladies and gentlemen!
The human tragedy beneath the monster. Perhaps the most unsettling revelation in Welcome to Derry is that Pennywise wasn't always a figure of terror. Before being consumed by it, Bob Gray was a beloved performer, a father, a man with hopes for his daughter's future. Ingrid remembers him not as a monster, but as a gentle presence, someone who made children laugh and brought joy to every performance. The transformation of Bob Gray into Pennywise the Nightmare is a corruption, not just of a person, but of a legacy. The clown that once delighted families becomes a weapon used to destroy them. The same face that used to inspire happiness becomes synonymous with death. In this sense, Welcome to Derry adds a layer of tragedy to Pennywise's mythos. Bob Gray didn't just die, he was consumed, reanimated, and weaponized by an ancient evil. His identity lives on, but only as a mask, a hollow shell worn by a predator with no emotions, no humanity, and no purpose beyond feeding on fear.
To Papa.
Expanding the mythology. What this means for the IT universe. By exploring the origins of Pennywise's form, Welcome to Derry expands the cosmic horror of the IT universe in meaningful ways. It shifts the clown from being simply a disguise the creature found effective to a haunting echo of a real man whose life was violently erased. It also reframes the familiar events of the films, Georgie's death, the Losers Club's encounters, and the recurring cycle of terror, as part of a much older and more deeply rooted tragedy. Understanding Pennywise's human origin adds emotional weight to every future appearance of the clown. Each grin is a distortion of Bob Gray's real smile. Each gesture mocks the kind-hearted man who once used those same motions to entertain children, not harm them. Every painted line on Pennywise's face becomes a reminder of a father who once performed with love and who was turned into the embodiment of fear. The series also enriches the lore surrounding its hunting strategies. It isn't just evil but cunning, choosing forms with intent, studying its prey, and building personas that maximize fear. The introduction of Ingrid Kirsch adds a generational layer, showing how it doesn't just terrorize individuals, it devastates entire families, leaving trauma that echoes long after each cycle of feeding. The twisted legacy of Pennywise. Bob Gray's legacy, once rooted in joy and circus spectacle, becomes one of the most terrifying myths in horror history. Through Welcome to Derry, audiences finally witness the moment that legacy was stolen, twisted, and immortalized in a form intended to lure and destroy. It makes Pennywise more than a monster. It makes him a tragedy. The clown's popularity with children became the very reason he was targeted. His kindness became his doom. And it, recognizing the emotional power of that persona, has worn his face ever since, an eternal mockery of the man it consumed. Welcome to Derry doesn't just explain why Pennywise looks the way he does. It forces viewers to confront the human cost of that identity, and it transforms the clown from a mask of evil into a symbol of corrupted innocence. In doing so, the series deepens the horror of Pennywise not by making him more monstrous, but by reminding us that he was once human, and that the monster wearing his face remembers none of it.
Why, I'm Pennywise, your dancing daddy.